23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you
I
think
think
was?
it's tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
Was it something specific, the movement or his speed or power, or what? Was there something you could put your finger on that gave you the most trouble?
Everything.
Okay.
He have everything.
That at all?
Not at all. Surprised to me, given the fact that, a lot of people say how hard Canelo hit and how strong he is and things like that. And, me going in the ring, I'm expecting this crazy power. And when I went in there, I was like, oh, this ain't what everybody say it was, Don't get me wrong, he had power, but it was drugged out.
Canelo finally admits what fans sensed. Crawford's power drained him beyond control. No excuses, just raw truth. When a legend's body fails under that pressure, it proves how terrifying Bud really is. This was dominance, pure and undeniable.
You know what, sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just not let me go. And you need to accept it. That's it.
And if you thought that was shocking, wait until you hear what Canelo confessed next. Canelo openly admits the humiliation, thinking Crawford would be easy, but instead getting schooled. That Speedy Gonzalez movement left him helpless, stripped of confidence. Fans saw greatness from Bud and vulnerability from Canelo, a night where reality hit harder than any punch.
I am embarrassed very much. Now you guys see why I was ducking Benavides. I didn't want to get exposed. I thought I could beat this little black guy, but he was moving like Speedy Gonzalez in the ring. Holy shit, man.
Even experts couldn't deny it. Crawford dismantled Canelo with precision, leaving him resorting to empty showboating. This wasn't luck, it was legacy in motion. Bud stamped himself among the all-time greats, proving brilliance shines brightest when the opponent has no answers.
To the top of the gym.
Yeah, he's become. There's an argument that he becomes an all-time great with that performance, like you say, because the majesty, the poise, the presence all week, the pinpoint accuracy of everything he did in there, to the fact that in the end Canelo was frustrated and knew he couldn't do anything to Crawford, and he started
visibly frustrated, wasn't it?
No, visibly frustrated that he started to do a weird kind of showboating because he didn't have any answers for what was happening and unfolding in front of him. I think Terence Crawford has rubber-stamped himself as an all-time great tonight.
And if you think that's bold, wait until you hear what Canelo himself admitted about Crawford's greatness. For Canelo to put Crawford above Floyd is staggering. The respect speaks volumes. He's admitting Bud has surpassed the very fighter once seen as untouchable. When legends compare you to icons, you know you've entered boxing immortality.
And lastly, for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Claressa Shields knew the storm was coming. Crawford was built for this. While the world doubted, she expected him to shock Canelo. Her nerves turned to pride as Bud proved greatness in real time, etching history with every movement inside that ring.
Man, I knew it. I knew it already. I had been catching him. He's going crazy now. I saw how his body stood about 168. I'm like, man, y'all crazy. Still, they always talking about size. Still. Thank you. Que viva México, cabrones! ¡Ánimo! Now, congrats to Crawford for being the first male to be 3-time undisputed champion. I'm 4-time undisputed, but the first male to do it is Terence Crawford. And against Canelo, oh my. I was nervous, but I knew he could.
Even with AI calling it close, the reality was clear. Crawford outclassed Canelo. Money might have cushioned the loss, but no paycheck erases the truth inside the ring. Legacy was redefined that night, and Bud was the one rewriting history.
The AI is meant to be the ultimate judge. Yeah. 114, 114. No, the other judges scored it 115, 113.
It was miles apart. I mean, you can look at the fight. You can give round 5 to Canelo Alvarez. And you might find another couple of rounds in there. You might find the first round that round was tied.
Yeah.
But the rest of the way there was a distinct level.
Something else that was a bit askew. Crawford's payday $50 million. Canelo walked away with $150 million.
And while debates raged outside, Crawford himself had the perfect response. Crawford's laughter says it all. This wasn't luck, it was pure talent. He knew it was his destiny, his stage, his crowning night. Legends don't stumble into greatness, they seize it, and Bud grabbed it with both hands.
Making history when he came up against Canelo Alvarez and he won it on points in Las Vegas. And that means he takes all of his super middleweight belts, becoming the first fighter in the modern era to become undisputed champion in 3 weight classes. The man to my left,
Timothy Bradley, summed it up perfectly. This fight wasn't just a victory for Crawford, it was a career-defining moment that left the door wide open for a massive rematch. Bradley's words echoed the sentiment many already felt. If Canelo dares to step back in with Bud, it won't just be a repeat, it'll be a more devastating loss. Crawford has already proven he can dominate at the highest level, and a rematch would only magnify the gap. Fans aren't just craving it, they're convinced it would be another masterclass, with Bud walking away even stronger.
I think this is the tail of his career. If he fought Crawford again, I think it'd be worse the second time. You know, go out. Hey, why not do a rematch? $100 million, Turkey? Absolutely. We can do a rematch. That was easy work. That was nothing for Crawford.
Mauricio Sulaiman's words reflected the global respect Crawford earned. After such a dominant display, even the WBC president admitted the victory was clean, decisive, and deserving of celebration. It wasn't just about beating Canelo, it was about cementing history and redefining greatness in the modern era. Crawford walked through the fire, silenced doubters, and proved that no amount of size, money, or hype could overshadow raw skill and talent. While talk of rematches lingers, Mauricio was right. Bud deserves his flowers now. This was his crowning night, and boxing will never look the same again.
He deserves all the time to really enjoy what he has just accomplished.
His performance was pretty clean cut. Is there a need for a rematch though? Canelo came on a little bit late, but
that's different. They took us long time to prepare for this great fight. Let them enjoy, let them have a rest.
And if you thought officials were impressed, Crawford's own family made their pride crystal clear. Hearing it from Crawford's father added an emotional layer to the night. His pride was evident, not just as a father, but as someone who knew what Bud was capable of all along. To him, this wasn't a surprise. It was destiny fulfilled. He had expected a stoppage, but even without it, the performance was flawless, outstanding in every sense of the word. The family's belief mirrors what fans saw with their own eyes. Crawford rising above all odds and cementing himself as the king of boxing. That connection between talent and legacy runs deep, straight through bloodlines.
It was outstanding.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
I already knew it was going to happen, but I thought he was going to stop him in the 8th or 10th round. Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Once again, man, what is it about the guy?
Jai Opeta's reaction highlighted the technical genius of Terence Crawford. For him, it wasn't just about winning, it was about mastering the science of boxing itself. Crawford's ability to adapt mid-fight, switch stances, and counter every angle of attack is what separates him from the rest. He doesn't just fight, he dissects opponents, stripping away their strengths and exposing their weaknesses. That level of versatility is rare, almost alien in today's boxing world, and it's why fellow champions like Opeta hold him in such high regard. Bud isn't just great, he's the benchmark for greatness itself.
On points, bro, crazy.
How did you have it?
I had him up, bro, convincingly. Awesome fight. Awesome. Hey, science of the sport. This guy adapts. I knew it.
How did you know he was going to win? Why?
He's got too much ammunition. You know, southpaw, orthodox, on the back foot. That's what changes good from great, is knowing how to adapt. You know, back foot.
Ryan Garcia's blunt statement set the boxing world on fire, declaring the end of Canelo's career after Crawford's domination. While harsh, there's a sting of truth in his words. Canelo walked in as the face of boxing, the man who built his legacy on resilience and power, but walked out humbled, exposed, and shaken. Ryan's comment wasn't just youthful arrogance, it was a reflection of how the new generation now views Canelo, once untouchable, now dethroned. Yet to write off Canelo completely is reckless. Legends stumble, but they also rise. If anything, Ryan's remark lit a new fire under fans, forcing them to ask, was this truly the end of Canelo's greatness or just the beginning of his redemption story? Only time and perhaps another clash with Crawford will reveal the truth.
For me, can he still counterpunch? Yes. Can he still be slick? Yes. But does he have the energy and the intensity that he used to have when he was younger, or even when he fought Caleb Plant? To be honest, that
was his last great performance.
Last great performance. So for me, it's like, is he gonna be able to have that second, third, effort? Because that's the problem what he has. When Bivol gave him like 3 extra movements and 3 extra shots, Canelo ended up doing weird defensive moves that got him out of position. I'm like, what the heck? It was.
When even Canelo admits Crawford is the best, the conversation shifts from debate to reality. This wasn't just a champion conceding defeat, it was one of boxing's greatest acknowledging a superior force. Canelo, known for pride and defiance, laid it bare. Crawford had the power, the skill, and the mentality to surpass expectations and dismantle him. That kind of honesty is rare in a sport built on bravado. Fans may try to soften it, critics may try to spin it, but Canelo's words carried weight. They confirmed what we all witnessed. Crawford didn't just beat him, he broke through the aura of invincibility. Respect between warriors is earned in blood and sweat, and Canelo's concession marked a generational shift. Bud Crawford isn't chasing greatness anymore, he is greatness.
He's three division undisputed, moved up 2 divisions to beat Canelo. So he's probably he's accomplished more than Mayweather for sure.
The story of Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford isn't just about one fight, it's about a seismic shift in boxing's balance of power. Canelo walked in as the superstar, the man with the money, the belts, and the aura, but Crawford stripped all that away with pure skill, adaptability, and mental toughness. He proved that size, money, and reputation mean nothing when you're faced with a fighter who can outthink and outfight you at every turn. Fans now wonder, has Canelo's legacy reached its final chapter, or will he summon the fire for redemption? And if a rematch does happen, would it be a fair contest or just another stage for Crawford to cement his dominance? That's the intrigue boxing thrives on, the fall of a king and the rise of another. But what do you think? Does Canelo still have enough left to rewrite his story? Or is Crawford now the face of boxing's future? Drop your thoughts below and join the debate.